All right, you guys. So, as I like to say with these things, as long as everything is working the way that it should be working, we are now live. So, hello and welcome to everyone who is watching the Written Melanin channel, wherever this day may have found you. I'm so glad that you are here. My name is Chelsea, and I write books about black girls who aren't all that nice. So, it's been a little minute, you guys. But we are here. We are productive. It is Thursday. We are trying to get back to life and being on time with things. So, if you guys are here, let me know what you're doing, how you're doing, all of the good stuff. And make sure this is working. Yeah, should be. So, shout out to Shannon who came by and made friends with the like button, which I highly recommend that you do as well. Let's see here. She won't be here, but she did stop by. Ash is here. Good day, ma'am. I hope you are having a lovely morning. Benjamin is here. Let's see here. Laya is in Europe. Ooh. And want to stop by, give some love. She'll be here on the next one. Awesome. If you're still watching or you see this in the future, I hope that you have a great trip. And y'all, why am I so high? Like half of my head is cut off. You know what it is? It's because I've got big hair today. That's what it is. So we're going to see my chair a little bit so I fit in frame. Okay. Let's see here. Gwenna is here, just dropping by to share the likes and the love. Happy productivity. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you are having a beautiful day, beautiful morning. Let's see here. Love the new background and hair. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know. I just figured switch it up just a little bit. The hair, I'm still getting used to it. Y'all, this thing is so heavy. I'm just kind of like, okay, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. But yeah, this is me for the foreseeable future. So yeah. Patty is here. Hello. Long time no sprint. Been working. Awesome. Glad that you have been getting some work in. Yeah, I'll talk about that in just a second. But Uncle Bucket is here. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. I really like it. My dad had his retirement party, and I was like, let me go get fancy for him. So, yeah. And also, the way my life is set up, y'all, I am incredibly lazy. And the way doing 4C hair every day is like necessary to like soak it down to do anything with it. I'm just kind of like, yo, this is not for me. So it's braided down and put away, so I ain't gotta worry about it. So I am pleased. I am pleased. Let's see here. Morgan is here as well. Hello. Jay is here. Hey, I'll be getting some ideas down in free writing. Awesome. So, yeah, it's been okay. So welcome. We are totally going to be productive. I'm going to go ahead and set this timer now that we've got hellos and introductions out the way. At least I thought I was going to set the timer. Let me try it again. Is it going to work? Might not. I'll have to adjust the timer. But while I am trying to multitask, y'all know how well I do that. The reason I have been gone, you guys, is just because I needed a break. And I think I think I made a post about this. Just like in general, talking about, the way my brain stopped. Talking about how I was going to sprint, but I was just like, you know what? I'm tired. I did the whole sprinting to finish my book thing. And basically, I ended up just taking the entire month of April, off because I was just like, I need space. I need time. I need to recover. I need to recover. So, let's see here. Yeah, that should be working. Let's see here. Settings saved. Let's try this one more time. Otherwise, I will sit here and talk through this whole thing. There we go. Timer is working. Hello. I took some time off. So basically for the entire month of April, y'all, I was chill. I was relaxing. I was like breathing for the first time. And I realized that I was just like, yo, I need to do better with my time management. I need to do better with my time management. I need to do better with the stuff that I'm committing to. I need to do better with all of it. So the last couple of days, like the first couple of days of May, have purely been nothing but, okay, how do I get my time under control? And like, what kind of time do I actually have? And y'all, getting that stuff together and actually like realizing how much time I have, I'm like, oh, this is why people be saying I'm busy, because like, I'm actually for real busy. Interesting. So that being said, we're now in May. I have my edits back. Some of my beta reader feedback has already come in, and I've got the chance to talk to some of them about what they thought about the book. And I'm like, okay, cool. We are going to go ahead and get organized. We are not going to get behind. So that is what I'm here to do today. Let me know what y'all are working on. I know some of you said that you are working on, that you've been working. Let's see here. Lai commented, I'm going to walk around the city and get inspired to write later tonight. Love that for you. Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Let's see here. Mo is here. Hello. Welcome. How are you? I feel like I haven't seen y'all in forever. Like, I know I needed the break and I'm grateful that I took it, but I feel like I haven't talked to y'all in like forever. Like, I miss talking to y'all. I really do enjoy streaming, y'all. So I'm glad that y'all are here. But Mo is here. How are you doing? Miss seeing you and getting these alerts for sprinting with y'all. Looking good. Love your hair. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. But yeah, I honestly miss being here, y'all. Like, I'm so productive when I'm streaming. It's ridiculous. I hate that for myself sometimes because I'm like, the way I don't want to be perceived by people, but also I know that I enjoy doing this when I actually do it. I don't know if this is just like an introvert problem, but it's kind of like that feeling you get was like, ooh, I have to go out, but I don't want to go out, but I'm gonna go out because I know if I go out, I'm gonna have a good time, but also I don't want to. So that's kind of where my brain is half the time nowadays. But yeah, so first sprint is going to, the timer is actually off because I couldn't get it working, but we are going to start the first sprint in like the next minute, 10 minutes after the hour. So go ahead and get prepared to do what you have to do. As for me, I am going in this first sprint. It's really just going to be like finishing up some of the admin tasks that I started this morning before I started streaming. So I have a new app. I downloaded TickTick. I don't know if y'all have tried it, but like so far today, Chelsea is really enjoying it. So I'm going to be finishing up that. I also have like my physical calendar here that I need to finish. Ooh, just hit the computer. Okay. I also have to get that together and finish that up. After that, I am torn between I need to get, like, I have my ideas and stuff for the rewrite that I want to get done. So I am probably going to just like accumulate those thoughts because right now they're just kind of spread out over like my personal Discord server that for just for me and my stories, and like notes to myself and my text messages and OneNote just kind of scattered, kind of get them organized. But I also, the way I want to start working on this next series, y'all, it's in my soul. It's in my soul right now. And I'm like, I need to do this. So we'll see. We'll see. But the point is to be productive. So however you need to be productive, I hope you guys are. It is now 10 minutes after the hour. So if you're new here, welcome. If you've been here, then y'all already know how this works. I am going to go ahead and put 25 minutes on the clock. Oh, I didn't ask you guys. This timer is for 25 minutes. So I figured we would just work for that today. If y'all want to go longer for 30 minutes, let me know. If y'all want to do 20 minutes, I probably can't do that. My brain doesn't work well in 20-minute sprints, but we'll do 25 or 30. If you guys want something different after this sprint, let me know. But anyway, 25 minutes on the clock, chill, hop in the background. When you hear me talking to you again, that means it's time to come back and check in with the class. So happy productivity, you guys. right, lovely people. That is it for that sprint. So let us know what you did, how you did, all of the good stuff. So, as for me, doing pretty good so far. I am using OneNote. I think I've talked to you guys about that before, but basically I have my OneNote up and I've been taking notes in like my little notebook that I carry around with me. And I also have like a personal Discord server that I set up where it's just like I'm the only one in it, but I can create different channels and stuff for my stories so I can keep like my random ideas organized. So basically I've been adding it all into OneNote with like actual like, oh, this is what happens in chapter 1. Oh, I need to make note of this for chapter 2, yada yada yada. So that's what I've been doing so far. And so far so good. Most of the stuff is stuff that I already knew, but having it laid out, it's just like, oh, okay, this isn't this isn't as bad as it could be. So yeah. Also want to say welcome to Joanne, who came in while we were sprinting. Eva popped in. I'm not sure if she's still here, but if you are, hello. And yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. Let's see here. Joanne said that she is working on finishing up a new chapter for Sugar and Spice. So awesome. Mo said, these people at work want my attention. Fair. Do what you gotta do, homie. Let's see here. La said, I've done work stuff plus some plotting things. Awesome. Jay said, I got an outline done. Ooh, for a new project or something that you have been working on. So like updating your outline. Curious. Let's see here. Uncle Buck said, I use Google Docs for note taking. It's so easy to just add a little comment and keep an eye on that thread. And see, the way my brain works, I am literally like, I don't like threads like that because I will get lost. I would get lost. Like, was this a comment? Was this a thread? And then part of it is like, if it's just me, I'm like, shouldn't I just like add a note here? I don't know. I get lost. So Jay said, ooh, a new project. That sounds fun. I love a new project. In the way my head right now, it's just like, I really kind of want to work on a new project. Y'all, I have to tell you, like last night, when I tell you I was really up late in the middle of the night, in the middle of the dark, staring at my phone, like, yeah, this is it. This is going to be it. I was just like, okay, these are going to be the gods. These are their traits. These are the households that serve them. This is how this works. And I was just like writing out all of this stuff. And I'm just like, why? Why am I not sleeping right now? So just know that the next series is going to be extremely fun. The gods are completely different. They have a completely different vibe to them. Also, I got some line art from my cover artist. And y'all, the way the melanin is melanining in the cover, I am so excited for it. So just know that it's going to be very black. It's going to be very chaotic. It's going to be very fun, and I am so excited to like just get into it. So I'm like, once I do the rewrites for We Are Dying Gods, I think I'm gonna take some time and just like start dabbling, I'll say, in the next book, because I know that I need to write the final book, and I'm going to say the final book in the trilogy. I'm going to say that Wrath of the Gods is going to be a trilogy because I know what's going to happen next, but the way my writing style is set up, y'all, I'm thinking it's going to be one more book, but it might not be. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking right now. But yeah, let's see here. Ash said she figured out the midpoint for this plot. Awesome. I love when things start to come together and it's like, oh, okay, the ideas are finally coming together. They're being cohesive. So awesome. Let's see here. Uncle Bucket said, I finished the first draft of my first book, and I'm like in disbelief. Hey, congratulations. That's amazing. Round of applause, friend. Congrats. Let's see here. Joanne said, if anyone wants to donate to my Ko-Fi to get commissioned artwork, she dropped the link for that. Uncle Bucket said it's off to my beta readers, and now I'm just pecking away at a new idea while reading a bunch. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's something that I have. It's so interesting because it's like, as an author, I offer like coaching and mentoring services to other people, and so there are things that I know, but then for myself I also have to be like reminding myself. It's just like when your book is with beta readers, that is like the best time to recalibrate, to take some time to breathe But it's very tempting to just be like, no, I'm gonna jump into it. Yeah. But yeah. Let's see here. Joanne's like, want to get to 50% this month. La said the line art is already done. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It is so good. That, and I guess that's the one thing that obviously Ben has the privilege of, because obviously he lives with me, so he sees all this stuff. So when it came in, because my artist is in California, so we're on different times, and so it came in kind of late. Came in at like 10, 11 o'clock. And so I was just like, oh snap. And then Ben was like, what? And I was like, I got the line art. So we looked at it together, and it's just like, it's coming together, y'all. It's coming together. And I'm really excited because I've talked about this before, but the cover artist for this one is different from the artist who did my Wrath of the Gods series. And the cover art for that, y'all, I got pre-order merch for We Are Dying Gods too. Because my cover, when I tell y'all that I literally work with some of the best artists, working with a Black woman is always amazing. Because they come through. They come through with the creativity. They come through with the timeline. They come through with the punctuality. Like, I'm telling you, it's amazing. Anyway, I got pre-order artwork for We Are Dying Gods. And when I tell y'all, it looks amazing. Because my cover artist, basically, the way my brain is set up, I was like, I think I know what I want, but I'm also the type of person where I'm like, I am not a visual artist. I can see something in my head, but I cannot always articulate it. So for We Are Dying Gods, for the pre-order artwork, I just sent the book to my cover artist, and she read it, and I was just like, pick whatever scenes you like. And so she picked a couple of them. And she was like, so what do you think about these? So she sent those back to me. Y'all, it has to be like finished up. But I am absolutely in love with what she picked out, and it's going to look so amazing, and I'm so excited for it. And I know I'm all over the place, but yeah, that's that. And then also for the next book, the next series, the artwork for that is just, it's great, y'all. And I'm working with her so that the characters, because some of them haven't been like fully like written out yet as far as descriptions. And when I tell y'all that one of the characters, the way that the cover artist has come through and like completely built her out into something completely different, but so much better than what I initially had in my mind, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is absolutely gonna work. This is gonna be amazing. But yeah, I'm ranting, but yeah. And not Ben over here laughing at talking about one more book. I'm trying. But if you have read We Are the Origin, then you know that sometimes my writing can be kind of dense. And so with We Are Dying Gods, part of the rewrites is like making it snappier. But as I'm working on it, I'm like, I know what the title for book 3 is going to be already. I know what the cover is going to look like already, because I've already talked to the cover artist for it. Like, okay, this is the theme that I want between the books or whatever. And so I'm just kind of like, this needs to be the last book, because the way I don't have another title for a 4th book right now, I'm like, this needs to be it. But yeah, let's see here. Uncle Bud said, one day I wrote 3 times my average word count, and the day after I felt hungover. Yeah. I love that. Just giving the artist the book to see what inspires them. Yeah. So I had two comments to that. I am going to say that we have 2 minutes, like 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. So if you're just listening and you're not watching this is your reminder to get up, stretch, breathe, drink some water, do whatever it is that you need to do to be successful in this next sprint that's coming up. We've got about 1 minute left before we're going to go ahead and jump into it. But yeah, so writing a lot absolutely makes you feel hungover, because it takes so much out of you. It's like creating people. I feel like people make it seem like it's so easy, but creating is hard. Creating something from nothing is hard. So yeah, when you're doing it, it makes it feel very much like, yeah, the next day I need a break. I need rest. I need to recalibrate. I need time. So yeah, that's legitimate. But also giving the artist the book, when I tell y'all, that is probably the thing that I will do from now on if I can. Like, it helps that my cover artist is also just like a fan of my work. So she wanted the book early anyway. So it was just kind of like, oh, it worked out for everyone, because like I got beta reader feedback and she got to read the book, and then I am also getting like cover art. So it works out all the way around. But what she came up with was a million times better than anything that I could have described to her. And it's what she saw while reading the book. So it's an actual scene from the book without it being like, oh, it's just implied. You feel me? So I really like it. I really like it. I'm excited about it. Let's see here. Not you're saying it's the last book just because you can't think of a title. Look, man, sometimes we work within our constraints, okay? I don't have a title, therefore this needs to be the last book. That's how that works. But we'll see. I'm not going to like truncate the book or cut anything out simply because I'm like, ooh, I don't have a title. But I'm absolutely like, if I can wrap this up in the next book, I will. But also, I'm going to give a little bit more time because I want to say this before I forget. But the other thing for me is like, as much as I love Wrath of the Gods and I love writing in Brandy's world and I love everything about it, it's also like for me, I created this character in 2015 when I was in a very much different place of my life. And so it's just like, it's fun to write Brandy's character, but I also am at a point where I'm like, I'm having to be mindful, like, oh, I can't add this level of maturity to her character because like she's 21. I am currently 28. The life I have lived in the last couple of years, it's just like the way I think about things, the way I do things is very different. And you put so much of yourself into your stories. It's just kind of like for Wrath of the Gods, as much as I love it, I'm like, I don't want to be writing it forever because there are other stories that I want to write and there are other characters and adventures that I want to go on. And so I'm just kind of like, yes, while this is fun and I know it's going to be sad when I do finish it for this to be like the end of an era because Brandy was really like the first character where I was like, I want to write this. Like she really inspired me to start writing in the first place and to do it seriously. Not like writing like at all, but to like write seriously. So I know I'm going to be like a little like, aw, which is part of the reason why I was like, it's going to be a series because I'm like, I'm going to write it forever. But also I'm like, we have to learn to let things go. There's a time and a season for everything. And with Wrath of the Gods, there's a time and a season for it. And I know what's coming up. Like I can't talk about it yet because it's not ready, but I know what's coming up. And I know that I have like at this moment talking about it, there are 4 other series in my head that I have been putting off because I'm like, I need to focus on one thing at a time. Let me finish up Brandy's story and then I will focus on, what's coming next. And knowing that, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I want to spread this out to like 4 or 5, 6 books, because the other thing is like with series, I just feel like if you have a book and you read it and you have to wait for the next one to come out, I don't want to be the author personally where I'm making you wait 2, 3, 4 years for the next release in the series because I've been writing other things in between. Things happen. Sometimes it works out that way, but if I can help it, that's not what I want to do. But that was a little tangent. Apologies. But we are going to go ahead and get to this next sprint. It's about 50 minutes after. So that's when we're going to go ahead and start. Just so y'all know at 12 o'clock, I go eat. So if you see me go off cam, that's why. But y'all know how this works. It is 11:50 Eastern Standard Time, 50 minutes after the hour, wherever you're at. So y'all know how this works. 25 minutes on the clock. Chill hop in the background. And when you hear me talking to you again, it means it's time to come back and let us know how you did. But yeah, happy productivity, everyone. All right, lovely people. That is it for that sprint. So come on back. Let us know what you did, how you did, all of that good stuff. So, um, as for me, oh, first, Law has to hop out. So have a good rest of your day. So glad that you could pop in and join us. I hope you were able to be productive. So yeah. What was I saying? Oh, as for me, I feel like I'm getting things done. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, no, I'm not getting a whole bunch of like words typed today, but I am making like a significant dent in the stuff that like I really needed to get done. So, excuse me. I have gotten through I'm like going through my edits. So basically, what I did for We Are Dying Gods is I got a manuscript evaluation, which is equivalently a developmental edit, but I skipped on the copy and line edits because I knew that I was going to have to rewrite a bunch of stuff. So right now I'm just going through the comments and just like reading them. And what I love about comments is you can just like click on them and it can jump through, and it's simultaneously like reminding me of what I sent my editor, but it's also like, okay, yeah, I get what is happening and what the suggestions are in context. And I'm really happy because so far I don't have anything that's like, oh no, I do not agree with this. I'm not doing this. There's no like knee jerk automatic rejection so far. Like all of the things that have been suggested have been extremely valid. And I am finding that these comments are extremely useful. Far more useful than what I had last time. So feeling pretty good about it. I'm currently on chapter 6. There are like 20 some odd chapters in this one. So my goal for the stream is just to hopefully get through reading all of the edits. As for how long the stream is going to go, we're definitely going to do at least one more sprint. I'm going to try to do 2, but we will probably end around 1:30 today because I have a meeting at 2:00. So, and I definitely want to be able to eat before that because I've been munching on chips, but like that's just a snack and I haven't actually like had food today. So that is kind of the vibe for today. We'll see how long we go, but we're definitely going to go for at least another sprint. So if you haven't, this is your reminder to get up, stretch, take some deep breaths, drink some water, take care of yourself so that you can be as productive as you need to be. So yeah, let's see here. I can't say that on stream, so read a few pages and drink some coffee. Very good sprint. Honestly, you're thriving. You're thriving. Let's see here. How did you find an editor? I've got beta readers, but finding editors is a challenge. It definitely is. So the first editor that I had, I went through, it's called AB Book Services. I will drop a link in the chat, so that you guys can see. It's Antoine Bandele. It's his services or whatever. He has a lot of services for indie authors. So the audiobook, I also went through his company. But he has like a list of editors that you can like reach out to that he's vetted. So my first one was, I found him through there. Which was honestly for the first book a really good experience. I ultimately decided to switch because of other things, but it wasn't a bad deal for the first time working with someone on this level. My second editor I found on where did I find her? I found her on Twitter. I found her on Twitter and TikTok. So it was just, we just ran across each other. That's why I always recommend, especially if you are new to like the bookish community, to just like follow people and just like try to make community on whichever platform you like, because there is another author I know, Gab writes. I use SM Ryan. So I will drop the link to the editor that I'm currently using in case you want to check out her services. But there's also another Black woman who Gab the author. or something like that. Gab with Purpose. There we go. She also does editing, and I have an author friend who used her services and said that it was a really good experience working with her. So the other part of that is just like just talking to people and seeing who they use. I have several friends who, when I was looking for an editor, they sent me their information, and yeah, we don't gatekeep editors around these parts. So yeah, I'll drop the link to her website as well as soon as I grab it. Mostly because like I want y'all to be able to support people. And then also another really good way is you can check Reedsy. One of my mentoring clients, that's the route that he went, and he found his editor through there. So far so good. And you can always like check Upwork or Fiverr or something like that. Just kind of, be mindful of, what you're doing. You want to make sure that you're getting what you pay for is the biggest thing. I personally enjoy working with freelancers because I myself am a freelancer. So I try to do that when I can and just work with people directly. It's usually, in my experience, a better experience when you could just talk to someone and be like, hey, this is what I need. This is my budget. This is how I can pay you. It's usually just a better experience all the way around. But yeah, I dropped the links in the chat, and if you are watching this in the future, just make sure you have the chat replay on so you can get those links as well. But yeah, let's see here. Scrolling back to what I missed. Snowly pops in. Hello, welcome. I hope you are doing well, friend. Let's see here. Ash said, got a bit more plotting done, trying to finish it so I can start writing it tonight. Sounds good. Also, for those of you who are not aware, Ash is streaming later on today on her channel. So if you are in the chat, make sure you are clicking on her name to go turn on the notification for her stream happening later tonight. I believe, if I remember correctly, it starts at like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So late night sprints, and she does a drinking right. So grab your drink, grab your notebook, do what it is that you got to do. If you are, again, watching this in the future, you can watch the replay of her sprint or go to her channel just by going to my channel and clicking it. She is one of the featured channels on my page, so you can find her nice and easy. Yeah. And yeah, Ben popping in and being like, make sure you get sample edits. That's honestly, y'all, I could talk for days about editing. The cliff notes, the short version of editing, right? Couple things. One, personally, this is a Chelsea rule of thumb, not necessarily the best piece of advice, but something I definitely do. I don't trust editors who don't put their prices on their website, because the thing that I'm not trying to do is waste my time, and I need to know how much you charge before I even contact you, because if you're out here charging a dime per word, baby doll, you are out of my budget. So, personally, my rule of thumb, look for an editor who advertises their prices and what they charge so that you also know that you're getting a fair rate, because I also feel like people who hide their pricing are liable to just change it whenever they feel like, according to whatever they need. So you may not get consistent and fair pricing depending on who you work with. That's just like something that I've noticed just living, but take that with a grain of salt, right? So pick an editor who advertises their prices. Pick an editor who offers sample edits, because you should always get a sample edit for free. Like, yes, showing what they've done for other people is great, but also you want to see if they work for your stuff. I also recommend seeing how much they allow in their sample edit, because that's also going to show just like personality test. Like if they're like, send, the first, 50 pages or the first chapter and finish out the scene, and you do that, that's to me a much better indicator of an editor who is more so concerned about the work than the money, than someone who's like you have to send me the first like 50 pages, even if it's in the middle of a sentence. Just keep that in mind. And then also, I recommend doing like an interview with them, basically. So having a conversation with them before you hire them to make sure that your personalities fit. Because something that I learned from just like, again, trial and error is that even if someone is really good at what they do, that does not mean that your personality is going to mesh, and that does not mean that they are going to enjoy your story. And the reality of it is, someone who doesn't enjoy your story is going to give a different kind of feedback, even if they're really good at it, than someone who is actively like into what you're reading. And that's something that you should definitely consider if you can. But yeah, those are my quick tips. Take them or leave them, spend them 2 cents. Spend it how you like. Let's see here. Eva said, I've thrown your name out for editing to people before. You do edit right. Just sat back down. Yeah, so I do editing occasionally. I freelance from time to time when I have the time. But lately, since I've been focused on coaching, the podcast, and the Melanin library, and like writing my own stuff, I haven't been taking on a lot of clients, but I do offer editing. So if anyone is interested in that, like, you can reach out to me, but I can't promise that I'm always going to have the time to do it. So yeah. Same. I need to know what those rates start at exactly. And I don't understand editors who don't use samples. How does the editor know they want to work with that author? Yeah, I am very sketch of people who are just like, oh, I can do any and every project. Like, no, that's not a good idea. It's really a bad idea. But that being said, you guys, we are going to go ahead and get ready for our next sprint. I did not grab anything during that last sprint. So for this one, for sure, I am going to get up and grab some food. So this particular sprint is actually going to be 30 minutes instead of 25 so that I have time to actually do that. So that being said, you guys, we are going to go ahead and get into this. So 30 minutes on the clock. Chill hop in the background, and I hope you are absolutely productive. And when you hear me talking to you again, that means it is time to come back and check in with the rest of the class. So good luck, everyone. All right. Wonderful people. That is it for that sprint. So let us know what you did, how you did, all of the good stuff. As for me, as promised, I went and I got my lunch. Hence why my hair is now up in this giant ball thingy. So did that, and I'm reading, like I said, got back to reading through my chapters. So I making progress. There are a couple of things where initially when it was just like me and my own thoughts, I was like, oh, I should probably change this. I should definitely do this. But as I'm reading through the comments, I'm like, maybe this could work. So, kind of feeling things out and being like, okay, well, this is what I thought, but if I change this, then, ripple effects in a story. So, just kind of being mindful of that. Let's see here. Mama Maggie popped in for a little bit. So hello, welcome. I know that you said you're lurking, so feel free to do so. I just want you to know that you are appreciated for being here if you are still here. Let's see here. Joanne came back from her brunch. Let's see here. Got some client work done during the sprint. Awesome. Glad you were able to be productive. But yeah, it is basically 1:00 where I'm at. I have a meeting at 2:00. So that may have been the last sprint for today, just so that I have time to finish my lunch, clean up, and get ready for it. I'm thinking that this is where we're going to call it. So yeah, once the timer is out, that'll be it, you guys. So as a reminder, if you haven't already, please go ahead and tap the like button. And yeah, you guys are watching live, so please go ahead and tap the like button. It helps out the algorithm and knowing that this content is something that you enjoy. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But if you're in the chat, you're already subscribed to the channel. So, and if you are not in the chat and you want to be in the chat, subscribe to the channel. That's how you get in. So, that's pretty much it, you guys. I would love that final check-in. So let me know how you guys are doing. What you got accomplished, all that stuff. Honestly, I got a lot done, y'all. I ain't even gonna front. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Got the editorial letter done. Like I said, I feel a lot better about where the story is headed. I'm feeling a lot better about the rewrites, and they are not as intimidating as I thought they were going to be. So as it stands right now, my beta readers, I talked about this for sure on my Patreon. So if you haven't signed up for it, feel free. $5 gets you in. But basically, I talked about how I reached out to my beta readers, and I was just like, I broke them up into like segments this time. So like my first segment got the absolute raw version of the book, where it's just like, this is what I wrote, this is which y'all saw me writing on stream. It's like cleaned up, but it's not the absolute polished version. It's very much what I consider to be a first draft. Then my next segment is the one that's going to read the book after I do the rewrites that I'm planning to do. So I'm really excited to get that done so I can get it out to them, because basically once their feedback comes back, I'm going to be sending the book out to ARC readers, and I'm going to be sending it out to my street teams, because I have one of those this year. So I'm really excited. Hopefully if I want to be ambitious, I might be able to get it done before the deadline that I set for myself. Because like I said, as I'm going through this, it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. I say that knowing how I am, but we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, so, the way I saw my lunch and got distracted. So I had a grilled cheese sandwich and some sweet potato fries, in case anybody was curious. But as far as the story goes, and sprinting goes, I will be back a Thursday next week. I think I'm going to try to sprint at least once a week, Thursdays at 11:00. Because yeah, I like being productive. I think I like the 25-minute sprints if I'm only going to sprint until 1:00. So let me know how you guys felt about it. If you want to go back to the 31s consistently, let me know. But I think I like that 25 with the 10-minute break. I think that's good. I think that's what we'll stick with. But yeah. That being said, you guys, we are going to go ahead and wrap this up. So your final reminder to make sure you get up out of your chair today, take care of your body, make sure you are drinking water, staying hydrated, doing what it is that you need to do to take care of yourself. And if you are here and you have not already pre-ordered my second book, We Are Dying Gods, or you have not read We Are the Origin, and you're like, Chelsea, I can't pre-order the second one until I read the first one. I do have a bundle available on my website where you can get both the hardback version of We Are the Origin and We Are Dying Gods sent together. They will be signed and they will come with a lovely full in-color map. And if you pre-order the second book, it also comes with some pre-order artwork and things of that nature. So check it out, get into it. If you'd like to know more details about my writing journey, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, all that good stuff, for sure sign up for my Patreon, because I do give like video updates as well as like actual examples and templates for the things that I do. So talking about, beta readers and stuff like that, I actually share the emails and stuff that I share with my beta readers and just resources in general. If you're like, Chelsea, I want your help, but I don't want to sign up for the Patreon, I do offer mentoring services, and all of this is linked in the podcast below. And if you just want the free stuff, I do have a podcast that comes out every other week. One came out yesterday. I got to talk to Michael LeBourne, who is an indie author as well as the owner of Diversify Your Bookshelf Publishing, as well as an indie subscription box. And we had a really good conversation about what's going on in the publishing world and how it's starting to shift, especially with how indie publishing is really starting to have an influence on traditional publishing. We talked about Barnes and Noble. We talked about ARC readers. We talked about indie authors reaching out to influencers, how to do that, the best way to go about it, things to keep in mind. We talked about all of that stuff. It was a really great conversation. So that's already out on the podcast. So feel free to give it a listen. It is a special bonus episode with Michael LeBourne. So keep an eye out for that. Give it a listen if you're into podcasts. And yeah. And if you like books by Black authors, check out the Melanin Library. I think that's everything. That I needed to tell you guys. So yeah, links to everything are down in the description box below. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Let's see here. Joanne said, I like the 25-minute sprints. Cool. So we will stick with that for the time being unless something changes. So yeah. But that's it, you guys. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to watch Ash's stream later on today. And yeah, click the links in the linky box. So yeah. Until next time, you guys, I hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting. Bye, you guys. Oh, side note, Melanin Chat is coming back next week, May 9th. Don't forget. Okay, for real now. Bye.